friends, welcome
Hi
back.
friends. Hi friends.
I have my crew with me. I try to do this for myself, but I just picked them up from school, so all of them with me. Did a bit of shopping because I have some baking to do. So guys, when I have some free time, I will talk to you guys. So talk to you soon. Welcome back. Let's see. Today I went out. I have a few videos that I did. I had my toddler with me, so it was a bit difficult. And my phone charger um, was gone, so I didn't. My phone was on like about 30%. So I had to pick up a new one and some stuff for cakes because I have a few cake orders to get out. But I happened to pick up something that is really good. As I said before, I love cranberry. And I pick up this on the in the groceries, 10 calories. It's Ocean Spray sparkling cranberry. It was on sale, so I grabbed one. And it's really good. So I'm just putting it out there, to those non-alcoholic folks. I think that's a good drink you can substitute over the holidays. If you're not into the alcohol and too much of the sweet cocktail, it's a diet sparkling. It's really good. And I just pick up a few fruits and so on for cakes and stuff. Some mushrooms. I said I wasn't going back in the grocery, and some corn and some anchor butter and a tissue and just some toilet paper. Yeah, and an avocado, of course. So guys, it's raining now. I need to charge my phone and we're gonna chit chat. I think this vlog will be a 2 days vlog because with the rain and having the kids at home now, so I can't really sit down and talk. So we'll talk in the next one, guys. So not in the next one. We'll talk tomorrow because I need to charge my phone. Or probably later, who knows? Probably I might do a closet talk later. So talk to you soon. My friends, I am back. So we're gonna continue this vlog and probably end it off here tonight. I have 2 cakes in the oven. I think I will insert a clip with me mixing it. So I'm gonna insert the clip with me mixing it. I think I had the camera turned on. The kids are not here, so I was able to bake. Baking is therapy for me, and the environment supposed for me, everything has to be spotless. The place has to be quiet, no kids around, not too much things around. I hate, working in a disorganized place, or if too much noise around me. It's weird. I am weird, but that works for me. One year I was baking and the kids was much younger, and with baking and everything, you think you have everything. I'm checking, I'm trying to concentrate on the noise around me. My husband was there practicing this music thing, so it's like everybody just in my face. And so I put the cake in the oven. So I find I hear in the cake like it fried. So I'm like, that's not a familiar song, when I put cake in the oven, I never get this frying song. And it just keeps frying. So normally when I'm baking, I know the time the cake's supposed to come out. I cook it, I know the temperature that it's going to bake for and everything. So I leave it in there until I know that time when it's supposed to come out. A little tip with baking, when you start to smell the aroma really strong, you know definitely it's almost cooked or it's cooked. So I'm like, why does cake keep frying? So then I open up the oven because that's not usual. When I'm looking at it now, it's just liquid. And I'm like, what the heck? I forgot to put flour in the batter. So I'm like, I'm frantic because that cake has to be out by tomorrow. The person ordered the cake and I'm like, what the heck, how could I? So I put the flour in the cake and so on, but I couldn't tell the person that because it was not, even though I add the flour, you know, to me, most of the ingredient kind of heat up and whatnot already. So I added, my husband was the happiest man alive because he was able to get 2 cake. It was not the regular cake, but to him it was perfect because he normally have to wait. He has to watch all these cakes baking in the house, smelling good, and he has to wait until Christmas to eat his cake. So that time he was eating that like every minute. He pinch and he eat a whole cake in like 2 days because he was the happiest man alive with his cake. But actually, funny enough, the cake, it tasted really good because I'm like, wow, to see that I had to add the flour later. So after that, I told him, I said, listen, whenever I'm baking, and especially around Christmas, I need the kids to be away, or, you know, basically either done by my daughter or if my husband here, have them in a different room, or I get up late in the night and bake my stuff. So everybody's sleeping, I bake it. I just be baking here like all 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. That's the time I could get my peace and to relax and bake. I don't mess with people's Christmas cake. Christmas is a big deal for me, and when you get your cake, it's supposed to be perfection, not no kind of missing this and missing that. So the way I could focus is like nobody around me. I'm in my little space and I bake my thing, and you get the best Christmas cake. I was talking in the last video, I said about Christmas gifts ideas. It don't have to be extravagant or super expensive. And that's just me, right? Because what I'm thinking about this year, I have right now my friend circle is very affordable and it's very small, and I thank God. And the people who I have in my life as friends, anything you give them, they appreciate it. And they don't look at price, they don't look at, you know, the thought that comes for them. So I'm thinking like, what meaningful gift I could give to my friends. And I know they love my baking, they love my cooking, and I have one who's on a fitness journey. So I decided, you know what, I will do some nice granola. I will get some nice mason jars and write the ingredients on it, and then, you know, nice it up. Then, you know, like who like bread, you know, I will do some bread, and, you know, just things. I have a next one with like a little milky drinks and so on, like punch of cream and whatnot. And so I'm gonna do some eggnogs. I don't drink alcohol, but I will make some nice eggnog. I think I will record making the eggnog. I make a mean eggnog. I never brag about it. I never posted it, but I make a mean eggnog. So I said I will do a few bottles of eggnog. Then I know one who, as I said, on a fitness journey, so she will really appreciate a jar of granola. I have another one that loves my bread, and so I will give her some bread, you know, like a loaf of bread or 2. And yeah, so simple gifts that I know they would enjoy, because these people, they have their stuff. It's not like they, you know, they're comfortable people. So it's like these things will be big for them, you know. And so things like you could give friends, you know, like somebody, you know, they working, say for example they're a nurse or whatever, you know, Christmas morning probably they might be working or whatever. You could bake a nice casserole, you can make a lasagna, probably you could just prepare it and just have them bake it in the oven. You know, there's things you can do that I think will make big impact, because Christmas is not how it's celebrated today. I think the old fashioned way of Christmas is people coming together, sharing, you're sharing what you have, and that could be food, that could be what have you. And nowadays, Christmas gets so commercialized. It's like it's all about the big brand stores trying to buy the most expensive perfume. But I ain't mind if I get perfume, but I'm addicted to perfume. However, but on a serious note, yeah. And nowadays, I realize a lot of people kind of opt out from giving gifts. They will say, "Oh, I'm just buying gifts for the kids," because it's easier to give a kid a gift than give an adult, because they realize people might, look at it. Our society changed so much. It's like, oh, that is too cheap or whatever. And it shouldn't be about that. It should be, whatever the price or the gift, whatever the gift is, it's an act of love, and that is what Christmas is about. I think we need to get back into, the true meaning of Christmas, not this, like all about fancy stuff or whatever the case may be. But if you like your fancy stuff, I'm just saying that's just how I feel. Nobody don't say that I saying things or whatever people shouldn't do. Do what floats your boat. But I'm just saying how I feel that Christmas should be, and what I remember Christmas being as a child. And yeah, like even though somebody like black cake and they're not the best baker, you could say, or I hear they mention, oh, I have to buy a cake. That is the cue now to say, well, okay, you know what, I'll bake a cake. I'm a good baker, or probably not so much of a good baker. I'll bake a coconut buns for them. I'll bake a black cake for them. Simple act of love, and let people realize that you see, you're here, you're paying attention. Sometimes somebody will say, well, okay, you know what, girl, let us be so busy in the morning, I'm missing breakfast. These are things, when you're close to people, you listen to, and you're truly listening to them with your heart and everything, you will hear the things that affects them, the things that they're struggling with and whatnot. And if you can assist in those areas, why not? So for example, somebody may say, oh, I doesn't eat breakfast in the morning. That's my struggle because, I'm trying to go on this fitness journey, or, not even a fitness journey, but getting the kids up for school or whatever. I often miss breakfast. Now, you could make something nice and say, well, okay, let me just give them, to make it easier for them, I would probably bake an egg casserole, and you could actually pick them out and see what they like, because I often do that. Like if I want to get somebody something or do something for somebody, I'll say, you ever try sourdough bread? What you find about that? Oh, I really would like to try it. So I know definitely, well, okay, that person likes, so want to try sourdough bread. So I'll make a sourdough bread and surprise them with that. Sometimes I say, okay, what you find about it? What kind of, you don't eat cake, smart way. You don't eat cake and then, yeah, I can see you making these muffins or whatever. I always wanted to try that. That is right there, I get an idea, okay, I could bake some muffins for that person and so on. So, like if you're close to people, and you really have that, relationship with them, true relationship, then you could be able to say, well, okay, that person will appreciate that, or that person will appreciate that. If you hear they talking about house and car and whatnot, you just don't even offer. You realize, okay, I can afford that, just stay in your lane. But I'm just talking about simple gifts, that we can actually, because we're in the Christmas season and whatnot, that we can do for them. Something that I made the other day, and I remember as a child that used to have such a big impact. Like the little potpourri, I think that's what they call it. That used to be so common, and it used to be expensive. We should get back into making these things. A lot of people appreciate that. I made one for the studio, because I was walking and I saw the pine cone, and as I said, my toddler loves orange, so I'm always, I always have the orange skin. Like I would peel them, and sometimes my husband uses it for tea and so on. But the foreign one, he don't drink that. I wouldn't make him drink it because you never know, even though you wash it, you don't know what is sprayed with. The local one, we drink it any day, anyhow. But she likes the foreign orange. And sometimes I get them with seeds, sometimes when I open them, it's the GMO thing. So I use the skin now and I make a potpourri. The only thing that was missing from it was some cinnamon stick, and just going down daily and just sniffing it with a clove and thing, and the orange, such a beautiful scent. And what I was trying to, why I put it down there, we did some work downstairs, and the paint, for some reason, the paint with the unit that the paint is so strong, and that has been months now since that thing was painted. But because the room is closed up and it has the AC and so on, so it never really gets in that full air. So I use that, like to kind of, I don't know what I was trying, but I'm like, let me put that down there. And to me, I'm not getting the scent of the paint anymore. And it gives it a nice aroma, nice smell. Everything smells so fresh. You know what? I have a lot of cinnamon powder, and I never thought about it because I'm thinking I need cinnamon stick. I think I should pour some of the cinnamon powder in it and see, it's the same thing, it's cinnamon, to see, like if it makes a difference or whatever. So I think I will have a lot of cinnamon powder. Yeah, so even potpourri, take your time and you make a nice potpourri for somebody. And if they into like spa things, you make a nice scrub, a nice body butter, or mix a nice oil for them. Simple thing, it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg. And I think the effort, when you put the effort into doing certain things, people appreciate it, people will accept it. It may not be expensive, it may not be extravagant, but when they think about the time you put into that to make that for them, or to even think about them. That's if people think like me, right? Nowadays, I don't know. It's just like, you have people, I know my people, they will appreciate it, but yeah, some people, they give them some things, they're like, you should give them that. That's a whole different story. But the people in my circle, I know. And if you have good people in your circle and they will appreciate, you have to know people's personality before you go and give them potpourri, granola, bread and whatnot. But yeah, I think if somebody thinking from a place like, I am thinking, they would appreciate that. Like a nice little, they're into spa thing, you do a nice little body butter thing for them, a nice little scrub, and you actually make it and put it in a nice jar and thing. I think people will appreciate that. Yeah, so simple little gift ideas was coming to my mind, and maybe just about 3 gifts I have to give this year, because it's like, actually no, 4. It's like 4 people that is really close, like I consider friends, and that they are here in Grenada, that I will, make special for them. My husband, he don't care about gifts. My daughter, I give her a gift before Christmas. So it's just the kids that I have to do something for. And of course I have, my 4 friends and just my sister I would think about, but nobody else. Yeah. So yeah, so the simple things, I think the people who love you and who close to you, they will appreciate that. And yeah. So guys, my cake is starting to scent up, and I know my battery gonna die soon. So before that happens, I'm gonna say thank you so much for watching. I hope you are enjoying Vlogmas. This is my first Vlogmas, And Vlogmas is about chatting, Vlogmas is about showing, what you're doing. So if it's preparing for Christmas, so talking things about Christmas, it could be anything. So it doesn't have to be centered around Christmas. But so this is my edition of Vlogmas. Hope you guys enjoying it. I want to share some recipes with you guys. So I have to think about the recipes, and I have to make sure that I have the ingredients to make the recipe. So, and sometimes I want to do things, but then again, timing, I'm trying to work this through my schedule. So I'm putting a lot of effort into doing these videos. It takes a lot of time even to edit and so on. But this is a passion, this is a dream for me to be doing that. And guys, my community is small still, but I know it will gonna grow with consistency, with me being consistent and me putting out the work. So I will talk to you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe. Share it, tell your friends, people who you think will be interested in my videos. So thank you so much for watching. Just pull those out of the oven. It's not yet warm, but that's the beauty of my black cake.